Hello there. We're on the last day of this week's Bible readings, and I'm going to read to you a bit from Mark. Just going to read a story of Jesus interacting and healing a man with leprosy. So we're in Mark 1. I'm going to read from verse 40, and I'm just going to say a few things that stood out to me. Let's get into it. I'll do a bit of reading. A man with leprosy came to him and begged him on his knees, "If you are willing, you can make me clean." Filled with compassion, Jesus reached out his hand and touched the man. "I am willing," he said. "Be clean." Immediately the leprosy left him and he was cured. Jesus then sent him away at once with a strong warning. "See that you don't tell this to anyone. But go, show yourself to the priest and offer the sacrifices that Moses commanded for your cleansing as a testimony to them." Instead, he went out and freely began to talk, spreading the news. As a result, Jesus could no longer enter a town openly, but stayed outside the lonely places. This is a beautiful story of Jesus' compassion, and I think his authority as well. This is right at the start of Mark, and clearly saying, "This is the Lord. This is Jesus that has authority," and also that out of his authority, he shows compassion. If you just go back a bit in verse 25. This is Jesus talking to a man whose demons possessed. So he says, "Be quiet," said Jesus sternly. "Come out of him." The evil spirit shook the man violently and came out of him with a shriek. People were so amazed that they asked each other, "What is this? New teaching and with authority." I think the people were amazed because they were used to authority being abused in the Pharisees, and this is Jesus plainly showing his authority. But then if you kind of tie this in with the story of the man with the leprosy, he's an intimate and he's a personal God that has compassion for us, that sees beyond like the superficial things. So the man with leprosy would have been an outcast. No one would have touched him or spoken to him. So I think it's healing even in the fact that he he spoke to him and he acknowledged him, let alone healing him. And immediately the leprosy left him and he was cured. Amazing. So Jesus' authority was always tied with compassion when he was talking to people and healing people. I think that's just an awesome call for us to be compassionate despite what we might see with our own eyes. I think being compassionate is acknowledging and considering someone else. It might be more than what we see. So something to remember in this time especially, to be compassionate to family members, to be compassionate to neighbours. People are scared and we need to acknowledge that and receive them with compassion, just as Jesus did with this man with leprosy. So it's been very challenging for me, and hope you all have a wonderful week, and